I was interested in playing the first Dusk Diver, but it seemed to have just flown like completely under the radar, probably swamped because I just had so many other things to play at the time. And it's always tough to kind of get into a JRPG. You can't really do that sparingly. However, Dusk Diver 2 is out now, and I just thought, well, this is it. No excuse now. Let's dive straight in. There are so many things in Dusk Diver 2 that I adore. The first thing of note are the notes, as in the music. I look forward to listening to this soundtrack while working on future reviews, it was that good. The world setting is well populated and looks like a feasible place to live in, with quests tied into getting to know the world itself. The main character designs are vibrant and even better, are customizable to your taste. So feel free to attach a pair of cat ears and a devil tail while dressed as a bartender. The combat feels super weighty, so you feel each and every hit, with combos also being customizable, including choosing support skills. You can slam someone up against a wall and proceed to squash their massive mechanical bones until they give you the precious XP you desire. Speaking of, you get buffs from food, whether that is more attack, defense, increased drops, or more experience points. And quite possibly my favourite part is the orb system. Upgrade your weapons and armour, then mash an orb or two into them for even more stat increases. Now with all that being said, Dusk Diver 2 has some issues. First of all, the balance is all over the place. I bring this up now, but I've been told they are looking to tweak things upon release. As it is now though, basic enemies have way too much HP until maybe the last two chapters. Leveling up is so minimal, there's almost no point in the system being there. Finding better equipment is the only way to noticeably see an improvement. For example, you can level up your attack strength 20 times. However, level up only improves it by 1. Doesn't sound too bad until I tell you my attack power was over 1500 by the time I fought the final boss. So 1480 of that came from orbs and weapons. I also hated almost every level. Pretty much every no-no in level design is present. Ice level platforming? Check. Unavoidable encounters? Check. Disappearing map areas? Check. Disappearing map areas and having you go down paths at random until you guess the pattern by dumb luck as each area looks identical? Sadly, yes, that's also here. And these are things you need to tolerate within the first couple of chapters. You also have constant FPS drops, wonky party AI, as in your teammates spin around in a circle until you punch an enemy towards them, and you fight the same enemies again and again. Literally the first basic enemy you fight will still exist in the final chapter of the game. Finally, as good as the gameplay is, it's very stop-start, and not in a relaxing or refreshing way. Quests are too similar, go here, collect a thing, or go here and defeat a thing. There is no downtime or enough of a separation to let players enjoy the best part of the game. If Dusk Diver 2 had the movement and level design of Persona 5 Strikers, there's no doubt in my mind that it would be a must-play game. As it is now though, I would say it's worth trying to see if the combat and customization is enough to hold your interest. It's kind of like a game of two halves. There's one side which I really like and genuinely was just captivated by. I just wanted to keep doing these certain aspects again, like the customizable combos, customizable characters. I love that part of the game. However, it kind of, that other half just kind of just gets in the way a bit too much, sadly. The level design itself is like, it's almost paradoxically bad because of how it's like everything you think bad about level design, they decided to put it in, and it happens quite frequently and pretty much straight away. So you are just like, oh no, not this section again. Like I was grunting and groaning quite a lot of times when you're just going, ah, oh, I know what's going to happen in this little bit. It's going to be another fight. And they just last way too long. Again, I really do hope at the time of release that the balance has been fixed, because again, it's just having the most basic enemies take so long to just destroy and eliminate just sucks any kind of fun that you have from the combo system after the first hour of the game. And it is a shame because that combo system, the actual combat itself, being able to control, okay, a few different characters, only 5 in total as opposed to being like 20, but they all feel different enough, but it just doesn't matter. because you're just always pressing the same things over and over again, trying to get the most damage done in as quick a time as possible, and then spamming the SP restore to then use your best skills again. It's just not fun having to do that again and again and again. And it's not even like it's pattern based, so you're like dodge rolling out of the way, counter attacking. It doesn't really matter about the counter attack. I'll be honest with you. Like, I maybe used it twice, I think, the entire time, because literally it's just you dodge and then you attack. That's all you really need to do. It's just dodge and then do your best skills. If you really want that kind of pattern in your gameplay and having those boss fights feel like really distinct and different from each other, it's just not here. And it's so upsetting. This is so close to being like a must-play game, but it just gets in its own way and really does suck a lot of the fun out of the game. It's just really, really close. It's still like a decent enough game. It's not going to blow your socks off, but I would still say give it a try. But if you can be really patient and persevere and really get through those early encounters, because you're going to get through them a lot, those basic enemies taking ages and ages and ages, you're fine. You'll enjoy yourself. The story is competent enough. Characters are likable. But, I just couldn't. I did complete the game. I will say that. So I did grin and bear it, but I just couldn't recommend it to someone that hasn't got that patience. I wouldn't recommend it to me, funnily enough, even though I did complete it. If it wasn't for the fact that I was going to do a review on it and made my mind up pretty much straight away that I was going to review the game, I wouldn't have played it all the way through, because it's just not worth it. It wasn't rewarding enough to really just suffer in a lot of parts. It's such a shame. Like, the concept, the base game, the world setting, the actual customizable nature of the game is so good on paper, but it's just didn't quite meet the mark in so many other aspects. Really is a shame. But yeah, it's a 50-50 game. I'd say try it. If you enjoy that first hour and you can tolerate that first hour, you'll be fine throughout. But if you are like, oh, this could get annoying, it's going to. It's a guarantee it will get annoying.